Greetings, Christ Community Church. Pastor Ryan here with this week's Wednesday in the Word, and my charge this time is to examine Exodus 20:15 and discuss the theological and practical implications therein. From the English Standard Version translation, this passage simply reads, "You shall not steal." Though this excerpt is quite short and to the point, I believe that it comes with several important implications, particularly when studied in historical context, in light of passages surrounding it, and alongside other biblical references. A simple dictionary definition of stealing means to take another person's property without permission or legal right and without intending to return it. In obvious form, we can see that stealing, as committed by one, deprives another of the fruits of their labor. Psalm 128, verse 2 reads, "You shall eat the fruits of the labor of your hands. You shall be blessed, and it shall be well with you." This passage ascribes worth to the concept of labor and hard work in the name of God and implies that He will provide, given that one provides consistent effort. Assuming God is sovereign, and this passage is true at face value, we must realize that there is order and purpose behind the commandment to not steal. If one were to commit theft against another who has been a faithful servant, one is stealing from another's rights, according to the Bible. Examining today's commandment in light of the other 9 carries some implications as well. Harkening back about a month to Pastor Tim Arrington's exegesis of Commandment 4, we can see in Exodus 20, verse 9, a passage which reads, "6 days you shall labor and do all your work." Now, if we view today's commandment, the 8th commandment regarding stealing, in light of verse 9, which Pastor Tim read and studied for us, we may also assert that stealing is a violation of that commandment, the 4th commandment, as well. The 4th commandment defines the parameters of proper work and a proper work and rest cycle, of which stealing and theft attempts to undermine or shortcut. Meaning, if one steals from another, really one is breaking that proper work and rest cycle that's set forth for us. Of course, stealing doesn't always manifest as robbery, but may also involve deception and lying. Take, for instance, the scenario in which an individual is sold a misrepresented or phony bill of goods. This can be classified as stealing since money was taken from one party by another under false pretense. Similarly, preying on another's fears or anxieties can be viewed as stealing since they have not truly volunteered their consent in the transaction. Considering each of these biblical points, what are the practical implications of the 8th commandment, "Thou shalt not steal," or "You shall not steal"? We know that we should not steal because it violates the proper form of work, as mentioned previously. God desires for us to work for the fruits of our labors, keeping holy the value of effort. Proper labor teaches us the value of hard work and gives us greater meaning to our rest at Sabbath time as well. Stealing grants us false means by which to enjoy worldly pleasure in a way that devalues work and rest as God intended it to be. Abstinence from stealing and deception grants us the ability to maintain security and stability for ourselves and our neighbor as well. Consider a society in which everyone commits to right and proper labor and never commits theft or deception. What a great place that would be. No need for unreasonable tax rates, irresponsible government-controlled distribution of wealth, or even simple things like locks on our doors. Unfortunately, we live in a broken and sinful world. Having said that, we as believers can set an example for and show others who we are by our actions in maintaining good, Christ-like character, obedient to God's commandments, and resolved to innate compassion for our neighbors. Today's example being not stealing. Well, with all of that at mind, Christ Community Church, I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. Let's sing, let's worship, and have a great week.